Okay. Okay.
So do you see me in the waiting room?
Hold on. Oops, you cannot minimize. Okay. Can I make it bigger though? Can I get the whole screen? Yes. Okay. All right. Participants. No, I just see me.
Okay, hold on. Let me click it again.
Hey guys.
What are you eating?
Oh no, I see Rick Jones.
Oh, okay, it's coming for me. Hold on. See me now?
I do. I see. Yep, I do see
So
you.
let me in.
Let you in. Okay. Admit. All right. Are you there? Hello, Brittany. Think I should do it in front of the Christmas tree? Christmas tree in the background. Wait a minute. Let's see. I know, but I'm just going to let them see the Christmas tree. No, they're not. Nope. Where is it? Let's see. See? The Christmas tree, right? Can you just see the Christmas tree? Can't see your dad, can you? Can you see your dad?
I want you back, but yes, I can.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Hello, baby girl. Hello, Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Hi. You like my bells? Brooklyn. Hello. Anna. Brooklyn. Here. Come here, Hessie. Come. Hessie, come. Come here, Hessie. Come on, up. Up. Come here. He's terrible at up recently. Come here. Come see her. There you go. Brooklyn, look at, there's Hessie. Hi. Hi, look at the baby.
She's not a baby anymore. She's a big girl. She's a big girl, huh?
Can you see the tree?
Yeah, I can see the tree.
No, I'm gonna go in the office. What? Nope, I'm gonna go here.
Okay, so this is a reminder that I think that your time starts when you start the meeting.
Oh crap. Seriously?
So
yeah, you're or is it when I open the meeting?
You have already opened the meeting because I'm in here.
Okay, well, guess I'll just have to, nobody wants to stay longer than the time they said they were gonna stay, right?
Right, I just, at 7, I would put a timer on for like 25 minutes.
Okay.
I wonder if you can.
Wonder if I can what?
I'm just wondering if there was a way for you to see how long you had, but.
Yeah, I think I can see it at my end. I think.
That's what I was wondering, but I don't know how to.
I don't know. Can you see my, I gotta put this up.
Hi, baby girl. Hi. You need to go for a walk. I know you need to go for a walk.
I called Janet today to find out what she wanted me to talk about. And the one thing I can remember and the other thing I can't remember. I could have sworn that this was Jared's code. I would have bet my life.
Game site.
Huh?
Jared's has a game site, has the word game site in the link.
I know, I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know where you would have gotten it.
I have no idea. Where I would have gotten what?
A link.
I got it from the last email, or so I thought it was the last email. Apparently not, though. Apparently not. Okay.
So just a reminder that she has a vet appointment tomorrow at 10:30.
Yep. Oh, 10:30. That's late. Maybe you can get there early.
Yeah. So
Are you planning on leaving from there?
I think that's the plan. I honestly am. I didn't leave school feeling super duper overwhelmed. We have the 4th, but there are things to do. Then we have to get ready for the trip. And then I just know that the vet is going to take longer than it needs to. And then we're driving. It just, you know.
Did you call and cancel the vet appointment? Oh, you can't.
No, we can't. Yeah. Look at that face.
What is she? She just needs her next PPP, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. You can't call the vet in the morning and ask me to get him in earlier, can you? That's an idea.
I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna need that time to finish getting ready for.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started a couple minutes early.
All
So
right.
what do I click?
You can click admit all. That'll let everybody in.
Okay, admit all. Where is that?
Little poopy.
Admit all. Okay.
Oh, there's so many people.
How come I can't see anybody?
You can't see
Oh,
anybody?
you know why? Because I don't know why.
At the top right, it
I
should
can
be.
only see me. Oh, there I see some more people. I see more people. I see more people.
Okay. You in the waiting room, or can you see people?
No, I can see people. Yeah, I can see people.
Okay, I just want to make sure before I left.
Yeah, but it usually how do I get it the whole screen? I forgot. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I did it. Okay, there we go. Yes. Yes. Okay, so Britt, you're gonna let people in, right?
No, I'm not, because I'm not the host and you didn't do this the proper way.
Oh, and you didn't. I switched you to the host. Okay. All right, I'll do it. I got it. All right, we're good.
Yeah, but I can't stay the whole time, remember?
I know. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Yay. All right.
Wendy, you're wearing a dog collar.
Yes, I am, because it had bells on it. It was the only thing I could find with bells. You didn't have to tell everybody, Laura. They wouldn't have known.
If you were at the parade last year, you knew.
It's all good.
Ethan, up, come.
Okay. Admit all.
Yes, gonna show your bells.
All right. Yay.
You got your bells.
All right. How is everybody this evening? Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Merry Christmas. Thanks, Wendy.
I'm glad you're here. I know it was a quick, hey, we're going to do this, but we just wanted to talk about a couple of things that are important for anybody that missed the November training. And because we're in the holidays, we wanted to make everybody aware of just some things regarding our puppies. So whether you have a young puppy, which I know a couple of you I think do, or you're going to get a puppy, or you're going to get a prison dog, or you have a prison dog, this time of year can be hectic. Some of you, yes, Laura?
Have folks put their name and their dog's name.
Okay. All right, hold on.
You right click on your name and it'll drop down a menu and you say rename. So if you're wondering how to do that, find your name in the little box, right click on it and go down to rename. And you can put your name and your dog's name. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off your groove.
You did. Now I forgot what I was going to say. No.
We're talking about the holidays.
Yes. So we wanted to talk about the holidays and just how crazy things can be and all the good things that your dogs can eat that they shouldn't be eating. So some of the things that your dog may get into or be exposed to are things like tinsel and lights and ornaments and anything that you decorate your tree with. So even though you think, oh, my dog hasn't gotten into anything, these might be the things that they could get a hold of, ingest, get sick from. And so we just want you to be really aware. Even the older dogs who you think, oh, they'll be fine. You just want to be careful. I know a couple of you have dogs that are really into eating anything. And so I see that smile, Erica. So you just want to be just a little bit more diligent this time of year and really paying attention to things that you're either bringing in the house that aren't normally in the house, or maybe that a visitor is bringing in. Also, the different types of foods maybe that you're eating this time of year that you don't normally eat that may smell good to the dog and they may want to get a hold of. Things that you put under your tree. You can't guarantee that if you put something under the tree wrapped that it's going to stay wrapped. Now, some of our dogs may be fine and not bother a thing. I know so far, Hess has not bothered anything, but I don't have any presents under the tree yet. And I'm not sure how he would do. He might do fine. So just be aware of those things that are new to your dog. Maybe allow them to smell them in your presence, kind of get used to them, but just be aware their scents are a lot more in tune and keen than ours. So a smell that you may not even smell, they might really be like, oh my God, what is that? I got to find it out. So just be aware of those things. That's the big thing. Also, if you're going out and taking your dog and exposing them to just some of the new things like lights and sound, like I've been trying to expose Hess to just a lot of the sounds, like we have Santa Claus coming through on the fire truck and some of the other just like celebratory sounds that they hear. And so if you're doing that, just be aware. If your dog seems to be like they're handling it okay, great. If they're not, maybe it's something you need to try, take them out, leave and try a different time. So just be aware of that. Our dogs are sensitive to certain things and you want to be sensitive to them. So just be aware. Just don't assume, oh, they're fine with everything. They may be, but it's your job to be aware for them and kind of smell things out. Like, okay, do they seem okay? Do they seem nervous? And our goal is always to expose them to as many things as possible, but in a way that they can handle them. Also, if you have people coming to visit, be sure that if you're not sure if your dog is going to jump up or greet them happily, maybe you need to leash your dog in the house and keep them leashed for a little bit until the guests have come in. And even if it's family, even if it's somebody they know, it's just a different time of year. Everybody's excited and there's little kids sometimes in some households. And so give your dog the opportunity to acclimate themselves. If they seem a little bit out of sorts, like more excited than normal or more jumpy than normal, it's okay to crate them, not as a punishment, just as a, okay, somebody needs a timeout. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's okay to give them a timeout. And not necessarily in a bad way, just you need some time away from me or away from all the activity. So, your house may just be the same as it always is. It may be the same as the rest of the year, but a lot of people's homes are going to be having maybe small children come in. And so you want to be aware of that with your dog and make sure that you're being sensitive to them. Because what we may think is, oh, this is normal, may not be normal for your dog. So just be aware. Let's see, hold on one second. I'm just admitting people. Normally my daughter does this for me. She is my host, but she has things to do this evening. So I'm admitting people as I'm talking to you. All right. Yes. So, yep. Thank you, Laura. So wrapping paper and ribbon and pine cones, those are some other things just to be aware that might be new in your house. So I have some fun toys that I bought really because I like the noisy toys, but also because I like to see what the dogs are going to do. So this little puppy sings and walks, and Hess is not too sure about him. So I very often put him in different rooms and kind of let Hess come up on him just so eventually he'll get used to him. And then I have little Santa. Okay, that's my farting Santa. So those are, and I will put those on the floor and just turn them on randomly so that the dogs can just be like, either if they go up to them and smell them, I'm like, yes, good job. That's it. Yes. If they kind of back away, then I might pick them up and put them in a different room or try it later. When I go to the store, I do the same thing. I happen to be a noisy toy person, and I just love to turn all the noisy toys on. And so Hess has kind of gotten used to it. But try with any of your dogs, just, any of those noisy things. Lori, you're just holding up something. You have to turn yourself on. Oh, yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, it's a wind up, and it hops across the floor.
Yep.
And it has Easton a little flummoxed at the moment.
Yeah.
He's not sure about it at all.
Yeah. So if you are aware that your dog struggles with being around small children, this is really a great time of year to get out there and see if you can find groups of small children at the mall, or just in outings, people going to see lights. Take your dog to those, because we do definitely want them to be used to small children and being around them, and making that not a big deal. Oh, okay. So let's see. Debbie, can you hear me now? Somebody's saying they can't hear me. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, so Michelle can, yeah, good. Okay, so most everybody can hear me, so. All right. The other thing is, if you have a small puppy, if you have an 8 to 20 week old puppy, I know some of you have picked up dogs recently from New Horizons. It is in the puppy's best interest if you wait until they have those immunizations before you start really taking them out, because one, without the right immunizations, that they have the opportunity of getting sick, but also in addition, they like, I wouldn't take a 16-week old, as soon as they turn 16 weeks, boom, let's go to Disney. You want those outings to be short and quick, and to places where you can get in and out quickly, especially when they're young. I wouldn't do a place like Disney or somewhere like that until the dog was a little bit older. So just be aware of that. Disney's a great place to take maybe a 7-month-old or 8-month-old or 10-month-old. The smaller puppies, though, they go through fear periods, and your manual talks about that, your puppy raiser manual. If you don't have one of these, I know I've talked about those in past trainings. It'd be great if you got one of these. And if you're getting ready to pick up a dog, make sure that New Horizons gives you one of these, because it really has a lot of great information, and it will help you through some of that stuff. If during this holiday season you have an emergency, a medical emergency, so your dog has swallowed something, they've gotten into something, they've gotten into a food they shouldn't have gotten into, you need to call the office.
So that's the best way to do
And even if you have to leave a message, I think there's an emergency number on there. Make sure you get a hold of somebody at the office and let them know. Can somebody mute themselves? Because we can hear you. I don't know. I can't tell who it is though. Thank you. Okay. So just make sure if it's something medical, like I said, dog eats something, swallows something, or you're not sure, but it seems like it. If your dog is throwing up and you don't know why, there's a problem, and you need to get a hold of the office. That just recently happened with me. Hess had eaten a sock, and my husband got a hold of me. I was at work, and I immediately called the office, and it worked out fine, but that can sometimes cause a blockage, which we don't want to have happen. And so anything like that, don't hesitate to call the office, and then there'll be an emergency number, and somebody will tell you what to do, the process to follow. So that's real important. This is not the perfect time really, but it's the perfect time for a dog to get something, and that's the problem. Yes.
Hey, it's Janet. Hey guys. Merry Christmas, everybody. How are you?
Everybody's
What do you got to make stuff on? One of the things, if you need something, and we know about it right away, there's some medical things that can be done to get the item out before it goes through the valley.
Janet, your connection is not great, so we're getting like every other word.
Let me look up my other microphone and I'll be back. I'll come back in a minute.
Okay, she's gonna come back.
She'll be back in a minute, she said.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what she said because it was every other word. So just going back to taking puppies out, be aware that whether your puppies had all their shots, and not to overwhelm them, not have the first thing be, you know, a concert or something, just something that's big. You want to take those puppies out to small venues, small things, get them used to it. Now, the prison dogs, if you're getting a prison dog pretty soon, I know some of you are going to here in the next couple of weeks, you want to get to know your dog and give them some time at home. Remember, they've been in prison for a while. Give them time at home, give them time to acclimate to you, to their surroundings, around where you live. You could take them out for a walk, but hold off for a little bit until you and the dog get to know each other before you actually take them out to Publix or a restaurant or wherever your outings happen to be. And just give yourself some time, because the dog being in prison and being exposed to just one place for so long, 4 to 6 months, needs time to, oh, wow, look at all the things just being in your house is going to be new to them. So give them that opportunity just to kind of get used to it. Do you guys who have prison pups, anybody have anything that they'd like to add?
I got a question. Can you hear me, Wendy?
Sure can.
Okay. We have a 16-week-old puppy, Malibu, and very intelligent. She's just doing super. We haven't taken her any big places, but we've taken her to Publix a couple times. She's doing excellent. She's doing excellent in everything, with the exception when she gets out in the yard, she will not come back to us. If she knows what we're saying, and what is the best way to train her to come?
Is she off leash?
What's your advice?
Is she off leash when she's out?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so one of the things, yes, get one. You can get a long leash, and
I got one.
Only let her out on the long leash until she gets used to coming back to you. You can use a treat, take a treat out with you, and walk the yard with her and call her to you. So maybe the first few times you call her to her, you treat her, but then you don't take her in. And then maybe the 5th time you actually take her inside, like it's time to go. So because she's equating you calling her with having to go inside, and she doesn't want to, or she doesn't want to go inside. So
exactly,
you want to train her to come to you no matter what, whether it's going inside or not. But you need to remember she's a dog, and she'll outsmart us if she can. And so you need to outsmart her. So you can use a long leash, you can use treats, and I would vary it. Just like one time in the yard, call her to you, and as soon as she comes to you, don't take her inside, give her a treat and be like, good girl, yes, and then let her play again. And then call her again to you a little bit later, and don't go inside. So eventually she's not connecting, oh, if he calls me, I'm going inside. When he calls me, I get rewarded, whether it's with a treat or just, yay, good job, good dog. And yes, so
good.
But you cannot expect a dog, especially a young dog, to come to you immediately and expect to go inside. Like, especially if they want to play. So you're gonna have to train her.
Can you hear me now, Wendy?
Yes, I can hear you much better.
You know, when you're doing a come for a dog, make it a party. And if you said the word come, you can never correct after that. You know, if they don't come right to you and you finally get them, you can't say, oh, you bad dog.
Right.
Because they're going to associate that with, you know, oh, I came and then I got in trouble. Yeah. So if that word comes out of your mouth, it's got to be happy. If they're not coming to you and you go to her, then you can, you know, take her by the leash and bring her back and say, come, and reward. But you got to be really careful that you don't say the word come without follow through.
Following through. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So
usually in the backyard, when they're off leash, you want to make sure that if you say the word, you're going to continue saying it until you get them to you and then reward them.
Okay.
And if they
Make
look
it a
at,
party, you know, whoopee, let's go, pop up, you know, and start running the other direction. Engage their prey drive
Yes.
that they want to chase you. Make it fun.
Yes.
And then say, oh, good puppy, go play, you know, send them back out to play again.
Yep.
So like Wendy said, they start associating every time they come that their playtime is over.
Yeah.
you say come and they look at you, yes, yes, good, come. They start to go somewhere else, come.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well,
It worked.
we got spoiled. We fostered Kawasaki. I don't know if you knew who Kawasaki was,
Yes.
but we fostered Kawasaki for about 3 weeks, and you know he did everything you told him to do.
Of course.
And then we get Malibu, and I mean, even though she's an incredible dog, very intelligent, just she gets in the backyard, she looks at you, and she knows what we're saying. She
Yep.
just refuses.
Yep. So you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
How old is she?
16 weeks.
Okay. Oh, so
She's
she's
a baby.
So perfect time for you to teach her. Yep. Sometimes I'll even get on the ground. Like if I say come and they look at me, I will get on the ground and call them from the ground. And almost always, as soon as they see you on the ground, they think it's playtime. And then when they come, I'm like, and I have a party. Yes. Oh my God. Good job. Yes. Good come. And then I let them go play again. So
The one thing I haven't heard is he's got her on the long leash. When you say come, reel her in with the leash,
Right.
and then record the behavior. Use the leash to your advantage to motivate her to come.
yep.
Especially at
But,
first.
Yep. Yes. So Janet, what were you saying before we couldn't hear you?
I think I was talking about the fear periods and not taking those puppies out. You know, Wendy said it's detrimental to their health. Taking a puppy out before it's got its 16-week shot can kill a puppy. You know, parvo is airborne. They have no immunity. They lose the immunity from their mom somewhere between 8 and 16 weeks. That's why you do multiple puppy shots, so that you try to cover the time period when they lose their immunity. We've never, knock on wood, we've never had parvo. You don't want it. Puppies die. Puppies are very sick. They don't necessarily make it. And when you guys are taking your dogs out to, I saw one recently at a dog place getting pictures for Santa. What is the worst place where it's going to be the most germs that a puppy should not be around is Ellis and Blue Island. I have a wrestling match going on behind me. You know, going to a dog park, going to a pet shop, that's where you're going to have sick dogs. And it's in your agreement that you can't take those puppies out until they have all their shots. You know, you guys want to socialize them, you want to show them off, but please be aware that those puppies can die from parvo.
Janet, I think you were talking too about medication, things we can do first aid wise,
Yeah.
if they have gotten
Yeah.
something.
If a dog eats something it shouldn't have, we often can give different medications to make them throw up in advance before that sock or that stuffing and that cute toy that Wendy's got that a lot of the big dogs will rip up and eat the stuffing, mine included. Got to be picky about which of your dogs are going to be allowed to have stuffed animals. Mine will unstuff them in 5 minutes. But you can, when you call the office, the office phone has my phone number as an emergency contact. Often we can help treat ahead of time before that, whatever it is that they ate has gotten into the gut. So don't worry about, you know, day or night. If think you've got an emergency, call us.
Yes. Yep.
I'd rather you call and it be a false alarm and than to have a puppy and a $3,000 surgery that we could have avoided.
Yes. So true. So true. Any questions?
I
Luke-
have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I just picked up Humvee this week and he's lovely. He's a big boy. He's a big Labrador.
Yes, he is.
Really big. he actually looks a little bit like a Rottweiler. He's so big. Anyway, he's doing really good. You know, I had another prison pup, so I know that they need to get acclimated. I've been walking him a lot. I took him out once to the Winn-Dixie just in the parking lot with the cart just to see how he would do with the cart, and he was okay. He was fine. But when I'm walking him, he'll do fine. He knows heel. He's really good with the leash. But then out of nowhere, he will pull, and when he pulls, he's already pulled me down once. When he pulls, he is so strong that I can hardly hold him. So what I do is I try to stand my ground, and then we have this like wrestling match until he gets into the heel position. Is that right, or is there something else I can be doing? Should I be fighting him when he's pulling me like that?
Should be fighting him.
Well, I mean, when he pulls, he's very, very strong.
Can you anticipate when he's going to pull so you get him in
No.
a sitting position?
No. He'll go, like, I want him to be able to sniff and, you know, just walking along. When he's on the leash and the leash is not taut, I will go forward. As soon as he starts pulling on the leash, then I stop and I say heel, and I make him get into the heel position. And then we go ahead and we're fine. But then he'll be walking fine, and then all of a sudden he'll just sniff something, and he'll want to sniff it. It might be halfway into somebody's yard, and he'll just pull me. I mean, really pull me. So what do I do at that point? Do I like hold my ground, and I can do that, you know, most of the time,
Can
and
you hold
hold
your
him
ground?
until he comes back, or is there some other thing I can do to get him to stop that?
Can you have you done a leash correction on him?
Yeah, like snapping it so that he hears it. Yep.
Oh, no, I mean to the point of snapping it to correct him.
I don't know what you mean by that.
You pop in you're gonna hear the collar, but enough to give him a little bit of a correction around the neck.
Oh yeah. I've done that.
He's also 15 months old and hasn't been neutered yet.
Hello.
And he's a lab.
Somehow I think that might be contributing to it, that the fact that he's not neutered.
You know, do a little, you know, try to be a little verbal. What are you doing? You know, knock it off. Heel, you know, and get him, be a little drama in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
down.
is it better for me because when I'm in the middle of the street, right, I feel kind of bad because the poor boy, he's been in prison, right?
Too
And so
bad. You're the one that he's got to listen to.
Right.
You're the leader. You're the boss. Continue to be that leader.
Yep.
Okay. Is it better for me then to walk him in the middle of the street or to let him sniff?
He doesn't need to be sniffing everything.
Right.
He's on leash. He can be walking with you and he doesn't have to have his nose to the ground all the time.
Right.
All right. Okay.
There's no reason.
So better to keep him in heel position.
Yes.
Tell him to leave it.
He should never be at the end of your leash.
No.
At the end of it. He should always be in a loose
that
leash.
lets him think he's in charge.
Right. He goes along fine, and then at some point he's like, okay, I'm gonna get her. And it's this, you know, he's big.
Then you've given him too much freedom that he hasn't earned.
Okay.
Is the dog we're talking about Cairo?
No, Humvee.
Is that Cairo's brother?
No.
See, with Cairo, I had that metal choker collar, and when I put that on him and he would do that behavior, all I had to do was just pull the chain up and he would feel it happen and then sit him and he would stop. And Cairo was big and strong like that. So I would raise the chain, the choker collar chain, and as soon as he heard the chain move and he would sit and the game was over.
Yeah, I don't really like choker collars, but I have one and I used it on him, and he just kept going until he started like going.
Well, the idea is not to keep it tight. It's to loosen it and then be able to do a quick pop with it. Pop and release.
Another thing you might be sure to do is be sure that the collar is right up under his ears, up high on, like right under his chin. Because when it's down on his neck, he can pull. But when it's up
higher,
Up higher.
It's funny because he's really big around the throat. He's got a lot of extra skin, and it's hard for me to get it around his neck, but I'll try that.
Laura, where do you live?
In Hope Sound,
Where's that?
near Stewart.
Oh, down south?
Yeah. I
Okay.
was going to call Danielle and ask her to come over and walk with me because she's helped me on with my last dog.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a good idea. Yep, that's a great idea. That's what I was going to suggest. So, yep, sometimes just seeing somebody else do it is helpful.
Okay, I have only one other question. Sorry, I don't mean to monopolize, but since he isn't fixed, I don't mind trying to get him fixed, but do you guys have any vets or anything that like will give us a break? Because I'm not like, full of money that I can spend a lot of money to get him fixed.
Laura, I'm checking with a vet friend of mine in Stewart to
Okay.
see what kind of rate they can give us in Stewart.
Okay,
They do our hips and elbows there. I was going to reach out to Natalie today and see what they would charge us for spay and neuters.
Laura, I took Wilson to the Humane Society and they did like an awesome job. They do it so often, like that they have I think it was $80. And
okay.
And then if you show them the 501c3 from New Horizons, I think they took like another $20 off, and it might have been like $50 or $60 at the end of the day.
And I can get that from
my vet after, and the vet said that they did like an awesome job, that everything looked great. So
okay.
Michelle, which Humane Society was that?
I did it in Miami.
Okay.
I can't even go to Miami. That's no problem.
No,
but I'll check up
we
here.
do have a vet in West Palm that is a discount, and we have one up in Daytona area. But I'll check with Natalie.
Okay.
They do a discount for us there already for our hips and elbows. So on my list to do. I had already talked to Kate about that today.
Do you think they can look at his back leg?
I was looking at that. He's pigeon-toed.
You think so?
Very.
He's limping.
He's limping.
Anyway,
I didn't see a limp in the video.
Yeah, today he was limping. I didn't. I was.
Okay. Well, we can work on this tomorrow.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to monopolize this call.
Yeah,
sorry about
we
that.
can work on that.
Yeah. Okay.
So Etta said that if you're taking your dogs out and they're afraid of something, remember, don't force them to it. Maybe walk away and come back to it. Just see how they're feeling and give them time. And then maybe don't come back to it until later or the next day, depending on what it is. But don't force them. Don't pull them to it, because it's just going to make them more feel fearful. And
hey, Wendy.
Yes.
For those that are going to be getting the new dogs coming out of prison, a lot of these guys have been in there for a long time because of COVID. We weren't able to, they were on lockdown.
Yep.
So the dogs that are going to be coming out now, some of them are 14 months and have not been out of prison. So one of the things you guys need to be aware of, one, the lights are never out. I've had a couple dogs freak out in the dark. So be aware that they're not used to being in the dark, and they only know the prison, what they've experienced in prison. So you're going to have to give them a little more leeway. Like Wendy said before, just being around your house is going to be totally new. I remember when we first started with the prison programs, they were staying in the prisons longer and not doing the rotations like we are now. And I remember one of the dogs coming out and just totally freaking over the dishwasher and the copier. That was just, oh my God, they were like, oh my God, what is it? It's going to eat me. So I would say the first few weeks, let them just get used to your house. Let them get used to a car driving by. They're not used to doing cars even. So the spatchet's going to come out. Some of them are going to need to really start with baby steps.
Hey, Wendy.
Question. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
I was going to ask a question about prison. So I have Nakona. She's going back to prison tomorrow, unfortunately. Do you guys have a way of like notifying us like what happens to the dogs? Like, I'm just curious, like I dropped Wilson off 7 months ago, like how he's doing, like, do you guys ever update us on like the dogs that we had and like where they get placed?
Really no news is good news.
Yeah.
when you've got 120 dogs in different stages of training, and we're so short staffed right now. It's hard. You know, the day-to-day stuff. You know, we get updates from the inmates. If there's a problem or we have a question or something's going on, we often go back to the raiser and say, hey, did you have a problem with this? So if the really no news is good news.
Okay. And for the prison, like I know I wrote an evaluation for you guys like the other day. Do you guys give that to the new inmates, or should I have a copy to give to the inmate when I drop her off?
You can do yes, you can do a sheet of the knowledge. Yeah, that
An
helps.
info sheet. Okay.